As the golden age of Macondo began to settle into routine prosperity, the emotional lives of the Buendia family became a new stage for both triumph and tragedy. In their loves, obsessions, and betrayals, the Buendias revealed the patterns of desire and alienation that would haunt them for generations. Love, in all its passion and contradiction, wove itself into their lives as both a gift and a curse, reflecting the deeper cycles of fate and solitude that bound their family to Macondo. Rebecca's arrival and the seeds of scandal. Rebecca's arrival at the Buendia household marked the beginning of a new chapter of intrigue. She appeared one day on their doorstep, a child carrying nothing but a small bag of bones, her deceased parents' remains, and an inscrutable air of mystery. Taken in by the family, she quickly became both a source of fascination and a magnet for scandal. Rebecca had peculiar habits. She ate dirt compulsively and gnawed on the whitewash of walls, much to Ursula's horror. Yet there was something about her, a quiet intensity that captivated those around her. As Rebecca grew older, her strange habits subsided, replaced by a beauty that made her the object of admiration. Her transformation stirred tensions within the family, particularly when Jose Arcadio, the eldest Buendia's son, returned to Macondo after years of wandering. He arrived as a completely different man, burly, tattooed, and exuding a raw, untamed energy that both attracted and unsettled those around him. The connection between Jose Arcadio and Rebecca was immediate and electric, defying both familial propriety and societal norms. Their love burned brightly and without restraint, scandalizing Macondo. Ursula, the family matriarch, fought fiercely to prevent their union. Not only because of their shared blood, but because their passion seemed wild and destructive, a force that could not be contained. But love, as the Buendias would learn time and again, was a force that refused to yield to reason. Jose Arcadio and Rebecca eloped, leaving behind the disapproval of their family. Their union, as passionate as it was tumultuous, symbolized the Buendia family's constant dance with forbidden desires. It also foreshadowed the consequences of love unchecked by restraint, a theme that would echo through the lives of future generations. Amaranta and the bitterness of unfulfilled love. While Jose Arcadio and Rebecca's love story unfolded with fiery intensity, Amaranta, the family's only daughter, experienced love in a far different form, unfulfilled, unrequited, and deeply painful. Amaranta, whose fierce independence was both her strength and her downfall, found herself at the center of her own tragic romance when Pietro Crespi, a refined and gentle Italian musician, arrived in Macondo. Pietro Crespi brought with him the sophistication and charm of the outside world. His courtship of Rebecca had been a genteel and respectful affair, marked by delicate gestures and grand romantic declarations. But when Rebecca abandoned him for Jose Arcadio, Pietro turned his attentions to Amaranta, who had long harbored a secret affection for him. For Amaranta, Pietro's love offered the possibility of escape from her inner turmoil, a chance to transcend the loneliness that had begun to take root in her soul. Yet Amaranta, true to her complex and contradictory nature, sabotaged her own happiness. Despite her feelings for Pietro, she rejected his advances, her pride and fear of vulnerability preventing her from accepting the love she so desperately wanted. She became consumed by jealousy and resentment, directing her pain outward in acts of spite and cruelty. When Pietro eventually died by his own hand, unable to bear the weight of his failed relationships, Amaranta was left with an enduring sense of guilt and self-loathing. Her grief became a physical manifestation. She wrapped her hand in a black bandage, a symbol of the emotional wound she could never heal. Amaranta's tragic love story illustrated the Buendia family's recurring theme of solitude. Not just the solitude imposed by others, but the self-inflicted isolation born of pride, fear, and regret. The enigma of Remedios the Beauty among the Buendias. Remedios the Beauty stood apart as a figure of pure, ethereal mystery. From a young age, she was strikingly beautiful, her radiance so overwhelming that it seemed almost supernatural. Men in Macondo fell helplessly in love with her, some to the point of madness or despair. Yet for all her beauty, Remedios remained profoundly detached from the world. Her childlike innocence shielded her from the complexities of human relationships, and she moved through life with a serene indifference to the chaos her presence caused. Remedios's most extraordinary moment came when she ascended to the heavens. One ordinary afternoon, while folding laundry in the garden, she was lifted into the sky, her body disappearing into the clouds as if she had been claimed by the divine. For the Buendias, this miraculous event was both a source of wonder and a reflection of their family's entanglement with the inexplicable. Remedios' ascension became one of the most iconic instances of Macondo's magic, blurring the line between reality and the surreal. Her story, while brief, encapsulated the essence of Macondo's allure, a place where the extraordinary was an everyday occurrence, and where beauty and tragedy often went hand in hand. The dual nature of love through the intertwined stories of Rebecca, Jose Arcadio, Amaranta, Pietro Crespi, and Remedios the Beauty, the third part of 100 Years of Solitude, delves deeply into the dual nature of love. For the Buendias, love is both a source of connection and a cause of profound suffering. It brings them together, but also tears them apart, leaving scars that linger across generations. Rebecca and Jose Arcadio's relationship exemplifies the explosive, uncontrollable nature of passion. Their love, while genuine, isolates them from the family and the community, leaving them to navigate the consequences of their choices alone. Amaranta's story, by contrast, highlights the self-inflicted wounds of love denied.